There are a couple different ways how you can validate your digital product idea based on your resources. And aside from that, I'm also going to give you some tips that can either break or make your digital product validation. So first of all, we got interest-based validation. So this is the easiest way how to go about trying to validate your product idea. First of all, what you need to do is you need to just create a landing page, and I'll leave some of the softwares that allow you to do this for free and very simply with drag and drop options. So you want to create a landing page that showcases all of the different things about your product as if you already have the product. So all of the outcomes, the benefits, if you want to include features, all of these type of different things. And what you want to say is that you are pre-launching this product. So this product is coming out. It's the best if you can say exact date rather than just saying it's launching soon. And you have an opt-in form for people to put in their email address if they are interested, so then they will get notified once you actually launch your product. So this is the easiest way because you really just need to create a landing page and that is it. And you just collect those email addresses. You just use an email automation software. Again, I will leave some of the links where you can do this very simply, but basically you don't need to do anything else aside from that. A little pro tip: if you are already putting in so much work and effort getting people to that page, if they're not really interested in your digital product, you can still give out another freebie, so you still collect their email addresses and then you'll be able to remarket to them, test different product offers, so on and so forth. However, do be cautious about this because usually when you are selling a specific thing, you don't really want to have any additional distractions. So do take this with a pinch of salt, that this might also result in you having less conversions for your actual product, but this is just something additional that you might want to consider. So the pros of this are obviously that it's a very simple way to set up this kind of testing. However, obviously there are certain cons as well. A lot of people make a mistake that they think, oh, if someone told me that they are interested in this, they actually even told me, yes, once the product comes out, they are going to make purchase. Honestly, that really doesn't mean anything. Unless people actually make that purchase, them telling that they are interested or telling that they are going to purchase honestly does not mean anything. So you have to understand that this data is not going to be as accurate, because all of those people that said they're interested, once you have your product, a whole bunch of them, believe me, a whole bunch of them are not going to actually make the purchase. Also, another thing is that if you do remarket to those people, you do send them an email later on once you decide, for example, if you are going with a digital product, not everyone is going to see that email. So there might have been some people that put in their email and they actually want to purchase the product. They might have purchased the product on the spot, but later on they simply do not see your email that you have launched your product. And of course, also because you are telling people that you are launching this in the future, not right now, a lot of people might want that specific product right there and then, especially because it's a digital product. So there is going to be a chunk of people as well that might have otherwise purchased. However, because there is some wait, they are going to drop out. By the way, I have some very useful freebies on my website, some free best digital product ideas. So do check out all of the links in the description and make sure to follow me on my social media, on my Instagram, Twitter, on my TikTok, where I have some very quick and actionable growth hacks. All right, so the second way is pre-sale validation. So this is a little bit more advanced. What you want to do, first of all, you want to create, again, a sales page, a landing page. However, the difference here is that instead of just saying I am pre-launching this soon and leave your email address, here you are doing a pre-sale. So you are actually selling the product, letting people to purchase the product, but letting them know at the same time that the product is not created yet and it's coming out at a certain date. So the pros here is that this data is going to be much more accurate because people are actually putting their money, so you can understand how many people are going to convert. And the really cool thing here as well about this method is that you can get all of the money for sales before you actually even created your product. So then you can take that money and use that in creating your product. If you're not creating your product yourself, if you're outsourcing, which I do suggest, and again, I'll leave some links for places where you can find people to outsource. Of course, there might be some cons as well. So as I mentioned before, the same as with the first method, there might be some people that are not going to make the purchase right away just because they might need that product right now and they're not willing to wait a little bit longer. And the main problem with this method is that if you decide that you're not really going with that specific product, and usually I suggest to try few different products and see what actually works. But if you decide that you didn't get enough sales, enough traction, not high enough conversion rate, then you will need to refund those people, and that can be kind of annoying and might not look good for your payment gateway, depending on what kind of payment gateway you're using. A little tip here, because as I said, you might have lower conversion rates due to the product not being ready right there. What you can do is you can give a special early bird discount on your, or like pre-launch discount on your product. So that is obviously going to increase your conversion rate. So just make sure that you don't give out too big of a discount where it doesn't really reflect what it's going to sell like when the price is going to go back to normal. However, you can use a little bit of incentive to see how that affects your conversion rate. Now, the very important question is, how do you actually drive traffic to these different validation methods? And there are obviously so many different ways how you can drive traffic. A lot of people, they want to go straight into ads, and ads can work great for a lot of different cases. However, if you are testing a few different products, and I suggest that you do try different products, you will need to spend quite a bit of money to optimize those ads. So for example, if you have only, let's say, a couple $100s to spend on your ads to test out whether a product is going to work or not, because also consider if you have 10 different products, that might turn into a couple $1,000s or so just for testing the validation of an idea. So what this means is, the way ads work in general, you start spending some money on the ads, and at first the ads have to figure out who exactly is the perfect customer for that specific product. And that takes time. Ads just don't, as good as the algorithms are, and they are very, very good, it takes time to optimize. It takes money and time to actually figure out for the ads who is the best potential customer. So if you have just a couple $100s, it's going to be difficult for you to really properly validate the idea using ads, because it's just not going to be enough data points. And I'm not saying that you can't do that. If it works for you, it works for you, that's great. However, what I would suggest, if you don't have a huge budget, instead of running ads, what you can do is you can find some influencers, whether it's someone on Instagram or some blogs or TikTok, whatever, YouTubers, whatever it actually is. You can ask them to do a promotion for you, because if you are already going to spend those couple $100s with ads on an audience that's not so well optimized, you might as well do that with influencer marketing, and you're going to probably, if you do this right, you're going to hit much larger audience for the same amount of money. So those two methods are really something that you must do, that I see every single person out there skipping. But aside from that, before you even get into those validation methods, what you need to do is you need to take some basic steps. So the obvious step you want to do, first of all, is you want to look into the search volume. So look into your idea, related topics, the niche itself. Just look what are the numbers. So there are a lot of different plugins. Again, I'll try to leave some of the links, but basically they show you what exactly is the search volume for a specific keyword. Then you want to also check trends. So just go to Google Trends, type in your product idea, your niche, whatever it is, and just see whether that is going up or down to understand whether this is good investment over a longer period of time. You want to see also whether there is good content out there about your specific product. So it doesn't have to be exactly your specific product, but something that is around that topic. Is there content being created that's very popular among people? That's good indication for you that there is a lot of interest. Kind of related to that as well, you want to see whether people are actually having a certain problem that you are solving. So once again, if you go on forums, you go on social media, wherever it is, you want to see whether people complain about a certain thing that your product can actually fix. And lastly, you want to see whether there is competition. Again, competition might not be creating exactly same product. This is a nice thing about digital products, that you can create all of the different kind of product that no one might have created before. So it's better than physical products in that sense. But in general, you want to still find some competition, someone who's selling similar maybe ish products within your niche, or you can even go outside of your niche if it's a similar product but in a different niche, and see how exactly that is performing. So I hope you found this useful. As I said, I have some very useful freebies, so do check out all of the links in the description. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Make sure to check out my social media. Follow me on my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok, where I have some very quick and actionable growth hacks. If you found this useful, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe, put on those notifications. Stay awesome, and I'll see you soon.